First, of course, storming, streaming past the cannibals, past the shrieking Tantalus, reaching for the fruit that dangles over him. As cracked infanticidal fingers brush the plump, dewing pears that instantly leap up 6 feet above him, whose scorching throat drives him to lunge and drink the water that rises up to his waist. But as deeply cracked lips begin to wet themselves, sinks into mud, dries into dirt, dirt into ash, only to be flooded again when he stands up, ignoring the sharply echoing sobs, moving on to meet the moans of Atreus, Tantalus' son, roasting forever on the spit he cooked his nephews on, next serving them to their unsuspecting father. I ran past the spit, past the roasting flesh, past philandering, patricidal shit, past Axion's choking screams, bound upon a wheel of fire and snakes. And I laughed, and I went past him, past Sisyphus, who betrayed God, and now must push his unchanging, silent load up and down the brambled hill, only having to do it again once it immediately crashes back down into the dirt, past the beast, Tydeus, who tried to rape a god. He tried to rape Apollo's mother and was so strong and huge, it took Apollo's bow and Zeus's fire to stop him. Now he gets his. Foul rapist, tied naked to the burning floor, powerless to stop the vultures from pecking and chewing and eating his eyes and his junk. We moved on and up into Tartarus, past the giants, Dante's Dis, Cerberus, sound asleep. And we reached the shore and Charon mocked us. But after we paid him, he slowly rode us over Styx. And we looked down and we saw them, the damned, who'll burn forever in that fire that can never be extinguished. We reached the shore, and then we were sucked in hard into Osculus's gullet, quickly rising up the shaft, moving closer and closer into the light. The only light that was above us, then spilling out down through Mundus's opening orifice. And as we came nearer to the light began to burn us, engulfing us, and the pain. God, the agony you suffer when you're molded into shadows and shapes. Shapes the earth can support, purified of the grime of the dead, burned and resurrected, pulled up and out, sealed and spat out the contracting mouth onto the jagged, pebbled earth. Everyone else, all who had come with me, the dead, freed for tonight, they ran to haunt and prowl, always have, always will. But not me. No. Task at hand, I came. I ran here to the crossroads, Hecate's summoning hearth. I killed 3 dogs, ripped off their heads, gutting them with my nails. I put the heads and the bowels in a row at the center of the crossing, the only real offering to Hecate, goddess of witchcraft and comer's revenge, Persephone's handmaid, and my only god. She's heard me. She knows. Hecate comes.
Medea.
Hecate, mighty goddess of darkness, you felt my offering. You...
Oh, for fuck's sake.
What?
Get up.
What?
God damn it, get up, Medea.
Of course, Hecate.
So what?
What?
What? You got shit in your ears? What is it now?
What do you mean?
It better be fucking worth it.
Well,
Because I don't like dumb broads like you wasting my time. You got it?
Of course.
You understand me?
No, of course, I do.
I'm busy, real fucking busy.
Yes, of course.
But then you called me.
I'm sorry, but...
You interrupted my leisure time.
Yes, I know.
You interrupted my rest.
But heck it.
Who is it now?
It's not for me. It's
Not for you.
No.
Well, I'll be damned.
It's for someone. A woman like me.
Not for yourself.
No.
For somebody else.
That's right.
Fuck me.
What?
The fuck's happened to you?
What's
changed?
Nothing.
Oh, really?
Nothing's changed.
Ran out of your own men to torture?
No.
Why hide it?
I'm not hiding.
You think I could really give a shit about motive?
You don't understand.
Who is it?
Who?
Who do you want to get?
No, it's not.
It's not for you. Yeah, sure, I got it.
It's for a woman.
Okay.
That needs vindication.
I see.
Vindication!
And?
She told me about this man.
I see.
This husband she had.
Oh, right.
She was married to this man who...
He alive?
What?
Is he living?
Yes. Yes, he is. And he...
For fuck's sake, Medea, what the hell did he do?
Well, he...
I don't know, because you haven't said shit. You've been standing here, stammering, hemming and hawing, wasting my fucking time.
He...
Beat her.
No.
Rape her.
No, different. He...
Coldness, indifference.
More like that.
Silent torture and abuse.
Yes, and...
Infidelities.
Men and women.
Medea, shut your goddamn mouth.
Sorry.
I'm talking.
Yes, Hecate.
Infidelities with men and women, episodes, quasi-psychotic episodes, emotionally and verbally abused daughter or daughters.
They only had one daughter.
Medea.
What?
Shut your fucking mouth.
Right.
Emotional and verbal abuse to daughter, borderline alcoholism, and of course the usual emotional torture and mental anguish and every other fucking cliche you could throw a fucking book at?
Yes.
Medea.
What?
Where's the end?
What do you mean?
When will it be enough?
Never.
Never.
It will never be enough.
Right.
It will go on and on. Forever and ever.
Amen.
You're goddamn right.
What's his name?
Brater. Murray Brater.
Don't know him.
Neither did I. He's a literary critic. A writer.
How do you want it done?
What do you mean?
How would you like me to kill him?
Oh, no.
No?
No, I don't want you to touch him.
Then what?
Well...
Then what? You want me to suck him off?
What? No.
Why am I standing here?
No, wait, Hecate.
What do you want then?
Well...
You want me to sit here and sympathize and commiserate with your precious friends?
No. We want something better than killing.
And what would that be?
Well,
I'm definitely interested to know what Medea finds better than bleeding a man.
No, not kill him.
Who is she?
Lydia Brater.
So, what do you and Lydia want?
Something much crueler.
Just tell me what the fuck you want.
We want the Furies.
You what?
See, it's so simple.
Oh, you're simple.
And much crueler.
Oh, Christ.
I can't believe I never thought to use them before.
You want the Furies.
I want you to sick them on him.
Oh, yes, just like that. Just sick the Furies on him.
I don't want him to die yet.
Oh, you don't?
I want you to sick them on him.
So you've said.
And drive him out and let him live a long, long time and make him suffer through insanity, fear, rage, regret, despair.
So you want me to...
I want you to send the Furies after Murray Brater.
You stupid bitch!
What?
You want me to you expect me to go, and you want me to get mixed up with those fucking psychotic...
What?
With the friendly ones.
Yes.
You do.
What's the problem with that?
Are you that fucking stupid?
But...
Well, are you, Medea?
What are you talking about?
Don't you know what you're dealing with here, Medea?
With the Furies?
Do you have any idea?
What?
Look, I'll spell it out for you.
Okay.
I mean, Christ, I don't even fully know what I'm dealing with here.
You don't?
No one knows completely.
No one?
No one, not even Zeus, for God's sake. Even he can't control those crazy bitches.
He can't?
No, he can't.
Oh.
And you want me to go talk to them?
Well,
Go and hit him up for a favor.
Yeah? Well, I just thought that...
Yeah, you just thought.
Well, I thought that...
Listen to me very carefully, Medea, okay?
Okay.
Once you start with the Furies, once you start with those girls, it's good night, Irene.
You mean...
I mean, once you start them up, there's no stopping them.
Why?
Why? Because you can't control them.
You can't?
No, they are beyond fucking control.
Oh.
And once you get mixed up with them, once you make a pact with them. A pact to deal with the Furies, with the Iernes, then you're connected to them.
And?
You're then known.
By?
Known by them.
And
Medea, you'll never escape any obligation from them at any time they want. They'll fucking...
But I just want them to...
You don't get it, Medea.
What?
They're crazy. They're beyond the fucking limits. I mean, God almighty, the cruelty, their cruelty, the torture, and the insanity.
It's what he deserves.
It's what?
It's what that son of a bitch deserves.
No one deserves what the Furies do. No one.
He does, goddammit.
Right.
Please. Hecate, please.
Please.
I've been so faithful to you. So...
Save it, Medea. Let's see. Who can do it? Right.
What?
You're in luck.
How?
Persephone's down for the month.
She is.
I'll have her talk to her mother.
Why her mother?
To get you your Furies.
How?
Are you a complete fucking idiot?
No.
Well...
I just don't get the connection between...
Demeter!
Yes?
Demeter's friends with them. With the Furies, I guess.
Demeter.
And she owes me a favor.
Will she do it?
I'll get her to.
Excellent.
She'll, I don't know, retain them or obtain them.
Okay.
But I'll be sure to have Demeter tell the Furies that it was you, Medea, who petitioned her yourself.
Because
I'm not going to get involved, not personally.
Of course.
But they'll know you.
Me?
Oh yes, and you can just live with that if you really...
But I'm dead.
You think that matters to the Furies? You think they can't show up in hell? You think they can't say hello suddenly from the ever-growing shadows?
But I just want them to...
Once the Furies know your name, they know it forever. They know you forever. And that's that.
I don't care.
You don't.
I want her vindicated.
Right.
I want that bastard, that son of a bitch, dragged right down into the fucking pit.
You are so impulsive, you know that.
What?
You're a fucking spoiled little brat.
No, I just want vindication. God damn it.
And what about the others?
What others?
Your others.
What are you talking about?
Oh, what am I talking about? You know, but I'm talking about the other ones. The people, all the people you had killed.
And?
The ones you tortured.
What's your point?
What about their vindication?
They don't need it.
Why not?
They deserved what they got.
They did.
They deserved more.
I see.
I was merciful in killing them the way that I did.
What about the innocents?
No one was innocent.
What about the sisters?
What sisters?
The ones you convinced to boil their own father alive.
And?
And your brother.
What about my brother?
You shanked him. You dismembered him. And what about your children?
You know nothing about me and my children.
Did they deserve it?
They were casualties.
Casualties?
Necessary sacrifices for the greater...
Greater what?
The greater... The higher work.
And what work would that be?
My work, goddammit, my work!
Great. Well, it doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't, does it?
Anyway, I really couldn't care less, so...
I wouldn't expect you to.
Okay, I'll get you your Furies.
Thank you.
I'll do this for you, Medea.
Thank you.
Shut up!
Sorry.
I'm not finished.
Right.
I'll get this for you. I'll obtain them. But...
What?
Don't think it can ever happen again. Do you understand?
Yes.
I mean never again.
I understand.
Because I'll tell you now, I will not be mixed up with those crazy fucking broads.
Of course.
You got it?
Yes, I do. I got it, Hecate. I really do.
Good.
Thank you. Thank you, Hecate.
Okay, fine. Just
Thank you so...
Just get the fuck out of here, okay?
Yes, Hecate.
Go.
Thank you.
Crazy bitch!
Der helle Rache kocht in meinem Herzen. Tat und Verzweiflung. Tat und Verzweiflung. Um mich her. Fühlt nicht durch dich. Sarasrato der Schwerte. Sarasrato der Schwerte. So bist du
After the ring, after the rings, I should say, there were 3 rings. After the last of the echoes had faded into the rug, the disturbance at an end. He rose from the divan, the red divan with gilded fringes still, save for those brushed by his ankles, the cuffs of his pants. First, he presses on the right knee and lifts. Not a budge. Then he presses on the left knee alone and not a budge. Then he presses on both knees together, first with the right. Then, while maintaining the right's pressure, he pushes on the left and up he goes. Effortlessly, slowly, rises up and places 1 foot. 1 foot snugly resting in black leather slipper. He places 1 foot before him and stops. The room is black, save for the glowing red, the warm glow, the fire, the coal, the peat in the hearth, a fireplace lined with white tile, and on each tile is a depiction of the progression of the death of Sarpedon juxtaposed with the birth of Rousseau. A piece his Uncle Conrad made for him 2 decades prior, once clean and new, now encrusted with soot and char. He stands in the study, 1 foot, the right foot out, extended. The glow of the fire glistening on his purple silk robe. The robe with undulating rings and tassels. Not gold, not gilded tassels, but purple, like the silk of the robe. The fire glows on his robe, his blue pajama pants, the skin of his ankles, the black of the leather of his slippers. Down. Down. In the right ear, the water drips from the rusty faucet. Drip, 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 drip. And so much like its metronome, it beats out that long, steady time. Cadence, and he, in the left ear, speaks, whispers to him, and he talks of a train in the country, a train holding Poinet, Chante in the third car, and he hears the whistle of the train, and he lifts his head, and all that can be heard is the clock on the wall and the scratching at the window, and he says, he does it. He thinks it. Then, pulling a scrap from his breast pocket and a lead pencil from his right hip pocket, he scratches it down. He scratches the words down. Del. Del. Then, 1 foot. 1 foot in front of the other, he moves slowly in 4 treads to the fireplace, and slowly, with the left hand, moves the grates aside, and not crinkling the scrap at all. He tosses gently the paper onto the flame, and the edges catch fire, and each edge rises, closing in on itself in a small green flame, and he stares. He watches even when all there is left of the scrap are ashes, and when he is sure, when he is positive that there is nothing left, he rises again, placing the right foot forward, hands deep in pockets, and the voice doesn't come, and the dripping doesn't drip, and he cocks his head to the right, and frowning, while frowning, he chortles deep and low.
What do you want?
It's 11:30.
What?
It's 11:30.
We'll go do it.
Come on.
I'm not sleeping.
You're not?
Nope.
Which ones do you know?
25, 19,
And
8 and 2.
2.
That's what I said.
2.
I'm not doing 2.
How about 13?
Which one's 13?
Sliced chicken.
Oh. Yeah, I can do that one.
Good. Do it.
I went to Brummel's yesterday to buy some potato salad. Pound in a cup. Potato salad in a cup. I was hungry too. I hadn't eaten all day. Must have forgotten. So, as I went into Brummel's, I saw that they had sandwiches. A meek epiphany, considering I was in a deli. Sandwiches, if anything, is what Brummel's cultivates. It's not like it's exactly a potato salad vendor. Anyway, as I waited for Riley to call my number,
28.
What?
My number was 28.
Thank you. My number was 28.
Yes.
As I waited for Riley to call my number, the number that they gave me is my cachet, I inquired into what kind of meats they had, and
what meats did they have?
they had honey ham, Black Forest ham, smoked turkey, oven roasted turkey.
No chicken?
No, of course not.
No chicken.
Brummel's never has sliced chicken, Murray.
Of course.
So, anyway, I chose pastrami.
Why?
Breeds contentment. Thin, hot pastrami. It's a small joy, a small comfort. Tell the woman that I want pastrami, and she looks at me in awe at my apparent vapidity, and I got scared. I got scared by the way she looked at me because I had thought I had said something like kike, or else, I don't know, like it had just leaked out of my subconscious, like, yes, I'd like a kiking pastrami sandwich, please, and she might be Jewish, and I knew not what I was to do.
Hiking.
Yes.
You said hiking.
No, I didn't.
No.
No, I thought I had.
No. Just now.
Oh, yes, I did.
Go get the book.
Murray, I'm sleeping.
Wake up.
Why?
Get the book.
I'm sleeping.
Do you want me to get you up?
Shit.
There, Del, listen, there is a mutual agreement, a concurrence, when, as Apollinaire said, that there is a pact, a covenant, that when I pay you for services rendered, when it is floated, when I float it, you will get up out of that bed when asked, whether it's stronger or by conscious choice. It's up to you.
Murray.
But if you want...
Hey, Murray, never mind. Never mind, Murray. Never mind. I'm up.
You got it?
What do you think?
And the pen?
Got it.
Okay. Try K. 105. By Kindrel.
Where on 105?
Towards the bottom of the page.
Got you.
Where there's space.
Okay, yes.
Hiking.
Hiking.
A slang adjective used to describe someone as cheap and ravenous. Derogatory term to describe Jews. See kike. Old English.
Okay.
Stroback, La Fons, Part 2, Act 3. Kiking, forks, ravaged in sand.
Hiking, forks, ravaged in sand.
Good. Continue with 13.
Okay.
Where are you going?
Going back to bed.
Haven't you slept enough?
Go back into the bathroom.
Why?
I don't want you here.
Continue.
Continue.
Yes, can you not even finish telling a greatly inane euphemism about a sandwich?
She stared at me. I was frightened. But then she sternly raised her arm and pointed at the bread rack and said, "What kind of bread, boy?" I was relieved, but at the same time, angry by the way she judged me for not knowing the exact deli protocol.
Marble rye. I chose marble rye.
Thank you. I chose marble rye. Next, I inquired to what kind of cheese they had, and
Yes.
they had cheddar.
Sharp or mild?
What?
Details, man.
Both, you bastard.
And then
Colby Jack, plain Jack, Swiss provolone, Lord forgive me, American white and yellow. And I said
you said
Colby Jack, please.
with pastrami?
Yes, with pastrami.
Ooh. What did they put on it?
I don't know, lots of things.
Such as
Lettuce, tomato, onions, pickles, radishes, sprouts, oil and vinegar.
salt and pepper?
Salt and pepper, exactly.
And the potato salad?
What about it?
Well, whatever became of it.
Oh.
Thrown away into the gutter, forgotten by means of your own avaristic desires?
No.
No.
Purchased. Purchased.
Good.
And I hate it.
And of the sandwich.
Oh. Oh, I ate that too.
Rapidly?
No. No. Slowly. Ever so slowly. Bit by bit. And yet the sandwich disappeared, and that was that.
That was good.
I'm going back to bed.
Good for you. Laugh, clown. He chortles, frowning, while chortling, eyes dull and gray, once more, staring. The rug, the Persian rug. He thinks of the paper, of the embers, of the grates, of the drip, of the whistle, of the train, of the voice, and he chortles. Then he stops, furrowing his brow, narrowing his eyes. Clock on the wall, ticking, in the air fades. Slowly. Yes. Slowly. It fades. That's enough for now. Oh. Today's the Ides of October, roughly, which means it's Tuesday, a very dismal Tuesday. Though I'm glad that the Omni gave me thunder, it's a comfort in its own way. Tuesday. Yeah, it's safe to say that today, within a few hours, a judgment will be made with, of course, the obvious and conclusions drawn will be a good one. Motions set into action, a verdict fleshed out and unglued to make so the course of action may occur. And Del, are you listening to me?
You want me to?
Well, I won't speak into a vacuum.
Yes, I'm listening.
It's too many years wallowing. Yeah. Wallowing in cold December snow, thinking of warm summer's heat. Too many years of wallowing and too many years of Murray sitting and letting it all roll by. I wasted time, now doth time waste me. My thoughts are something. Time is numbering minutes. My thoughts are minutes. Something. I avoided the bottom line. I avoided the des irae. I avoided the responsibility of saying, this is good. This is good work. The spirit was willing, as they say in the North. No, it wasn't. It was a waste. It was all waste. Like a little boy that is asked what history is, and he's replied to with, all history is travesty. And if everything that would and would mean, Del.
What?
I hit a pothole. What did I just say?
All history is travesty.
Well, because a man must say this was good. This was worth while. And what did Plutarch say? He said something like, something is inarticulate to the wasteful. One day, my judgment will come. And on that day, perhaps, in the very Ides of October, the judgment will be passed, dropping the scarlet silk over the judge's head. And me? I'll be the only one. The only one there. The only one left. The only one.
Elijah,
What?
you're afflicted by the Elijah complex.
Today is a day of responsibility. And looking back on the 2 preceding years of work, I believe today's judgment will be one full of content and promise and hope. All right, let's see. What do we have today? Dell, where's the stack? Where's the list? Dell,
What?
the stack, the list, where is it?
The list?
Yes.
On the stack.
Where's the stack?
It's on the floor.
All right. Here we are.
Knock yourself out.
Let me see. Ooh, a postcard from Aunt Moira.
From where?
Brussels.
Oh,
She's writing about the egg. Yes, the egg. Go on. Dell. Ask me about the egg.
hey Murray.
Yes.
You know that egg?
What egg?
That egg you decorated for your Aunt Moira?
Yes.
Tell me about it.
Well, the Friday before Aunt Moira took us to see the ornamentation of Tsarist Russia, they took us to see all the beautiful eggs on display. So the next day, I made her one. Colored pasta shells with an egg I'd hollowed out. All colors, red and black and blue and orange and green and white and spots and stars. And she always spoke of it to me. Anyway, let's see. She saw the fountain I told her to see on the Rue des Pinots. Threw 2 centimes in, one for her and one for me, and she called out, I heard the old men say, all that's beautiful drifts away like the waters. That's wonderful. It's rich with time. And what did Apollinaire say? Time is something through the branches of time. Apollinaire. Let me see. Oh, Peter's testimony. Good. Okay. That summer at Parc de l'Histoire, we sat on the bench and ate our lunches as he slowly, carefully peeled his pear. I told him that my respect for him ran deep, and I was glad to be counted as his friend. He nodded and agreed with all his heart. Thank you, Peter. Laugh, clown! Mr. Shrek!
Murray,
You're here.
quite.
Come in. How is it?
How's what?
The pain.
The pain had ceased for an hour or two, so I walked the 3 blocks.
With your leg?
With a limp.
Is sharp now, or?
Dull limp. A dull limp for 3 blocks. And then, of course, up the stairs. Door unlocked.
Of course.
On and here and blah, blah, blah.
As is the case.
And the pain.
In the future?
The pain will...
What?
It'll come again.
Soon?
Now or later.
Of course.
You can drive me home, call a cab, or an ambulance.
Of course.
Yesterday, while reading Bruyere,
jeez.
as chance would have it, it was right at the part where he says something like,
What?
we come too late to say anything which has not been said already.
De l'Esprit.
And I was reading it,
Yeah.
and the pain began flaring.
Yeah.
And then I read that, and
What?
it stopped.
What?
It stopped for about 5 minutes.
What?
Then a dull throb, followed by a sharp, twisting pain.
Do you...
I read it again.
And?
It left me for 7 hours.
7.
That's right.
Well, that's fantastic.
I just hope to hell it's not because of that Bruyere
No.
or some such nonsense.
Why?
Having to read that man every time the pain flares.
Yeah.
The cure be worse than the ill.
And without even the consolation.
What consolation?
Philoctetes' bow.
You know what they say gave him the pain?
Gruyere?
No, ass.
Oh, Philoctetes.
Of course, Ferocious.
Of course.
Have I ever talked about anyone else?
So,
So, what gave him the pain?
not the snake.
Sweet mother of God.
What?
People always talk about the snake as if the snake in and of itself was important.
It's not?
As if the snake had the power to fell mankind.
For a time.
To foster the pains of Eve's ill-omened breached births.
Stick to a focus.
Okay, Murray.
Yes.
The snake
Uh-huh.
was a means to an end.
Uh-huh.
Not unimportant,
At least to the Greeks.
but not the veritable logos.
Huh. But, Mr. Shrek,
What?
at some point, wouldn't it be appropriate to take a literalist approach?
So what? You think it was the goddamn soothfast veneering snakes that guard the duds of the blind one to bud?
Tiresias? No, not exactly in the situation which...
4 snakes gliding up and down a hollow for no purpose that I could see. Not to eat, not for love, but
But only...
gliding. See, they in themselves are a jumble of reactions.
instincts.
It is, as always, what's resting upon them.
What they signify.
It is interesting, though,
What is?
that what the snake is doomed to attack, to fight in its life, its brief span,
What?
is that which it does not have.
The ankle.
It hates, it must destroy a priori without knowing why. The thing it could never have.
The sinews.
The curve of the ankle.
So what was it?
What was what?
What gave Philoctetes his pain?
They've searched Homer, delved deeper and deeper into Ovid, plumbed Sophocles, and for years and years have argued and discussed and wrestled in the mire about what it was, what the germ of the pain was, because to them, the snake is merely smoke and mirrors, merely imaginative imagery, not the sine qua non, the true, the root of the quandary.
What did they say it was?
Oh, figs.
Figs.
Yes, figs.
Why figs?
But they say he was allergic to figs. And yet, having a bit of a sweet tooth, a strong Greek man as he was, and predating that ridiculous baklava, figs were the thing. And so the theory goes, he couldn't stop eating figs, while figs were the cause of his crippling pain. Not knowing it, of course, merely liking figs. Chewing and chewing on that little black fig, terribly upset, crying out to God with a mouthful of figs, begging to be healed. The irony is mildly satisfying.
What do you think?
What do I think?
Yeah, what do you think?
Rubbish!
You mean...
Oh, it's all rubbish. 300 years of work down the goddamn toilet. Life's work spent gainsaying on Philoctetes' sweet tooth.
But then...
Loathsome, actually.
Okay, what caused it then?
Oh, it's as clear as day. It's not a corporal infirmity. It's emotive. And the actual pain, the inflammation, the pus, the ooze, the swelling, are ramifications of that, not through the body's actual ills, rather the soul's. And if they spent 300 years not thinking of that, then classical studies need to be swept from the table and replaced by the study of auto repair.
How is it out there?
Same as usual.
Meaning?
Blue, black, gray.
And the rain?
When I reached my second block, I paused to take a breath. And then thunder and lightning and water. And I cursed and rejoiced at the splendid misery of this sudden storm. And I walked, being so disgusted at the situation, I walked with cheer, Murray.
Good.
There was spring in my left step.
Very good.
I almost bounded.
Bounding's a healthy sign.
What the hell are you talking about?
What?
Healthy sign.
Yeah.
Shit. Healthy sign doesn't apply. There are bad signs, and there are not so bad signs that in fact are worse signs because they mean that the final pain, the final blow, the expiry is put off by some days or years, and it means you have not escaped. And thus, more pain to pass the time. El attendant le mort.
Did you stop by Meg's?
Of course I stopped by Meg's. What else could I do? Philip was there explaining to Julia why he thought Racine should have gone out of style like coffee, and why coffee did not go out of style like Racine, and why Rebutin Chantal was wrong, and why the true, inexplorable boredom that is the core of life is not what the ennuyed thought, but rather the works of Bossuet and his pals. Ranner said he hadn't seen you.
No. I've stayed in the last couple nights.
Why?
Work?
While you still have something to say?
In a way.
How's the boy?
Fine.
Does his work?
Sleeps all day.
Good. It's always better that way.
Yeah.
Allows you to work, to spend your time on something important, not frivolous like time with youth is, a diversion.
Yeah.
What's the work?
I'd rather not talk about it.
All right.
It's the dictionaries, Mr. Shrek.
Right.
Yeah, my, the words.
The superfluous.
Yes.
The disjecta.
Yeah.
And?
No end in sight.
Why?
Because there's no cohesion. There's no, and I'm not sure it can be finished.
And why does that matter?
Because it must be finished, and I must finish it.
What are you talking about?
I can't die with the thing, the unknotted, billowing strings, not.
Not what?
No one else can touch it.
Of course not.
No one else would know what to do, and I will not die unsatisfied.
Everyone dies unsatisfied.
No, no. I know that, Mr. Shrek. I know that.
So?
But not this.
No?
No, not. Not my dictionaries, not my.
Why? Why?
Because they must end. They must end at some point on the line.
So somehow if it can be done,
Yeah, a dictionary. A dictionary of the abandons. Words antiquated, but are now dusted off.
Words Rejected by the many and the few alike. Words that do not exist.
Or were only muttered once. Words lonely and longing for their croaking, dried throats to chime again, to I don't know.
Anything else?
Stories, some stories.
What stories?
Bennet and Planet.
Spoken with no recording?
Yes.
Good God, man!
What?
Write them down!
But
Write them down on paper!
Mr. Shrek.
Hours and hours of composition thrown down the drain, never to be heard from again.
Yes.
Write them down!
Why?
Because I will not see you waste it all.
No.
Not like your father.
Father didn't know.
No,
Father was perfectly happy without it.
I'm aware of that, but
He didn't care. They were for him, just for him. Even the cello.
Christ.
I don't know. Hey, how are the dactyls?
Pulling teeth.
Why?
Nothing to say.
What have you got?
It's not much.
Do you have it with you?
Of course.
Let me read it.
It's rubbish.
Let me read it.
No!
Why?
Murray, I don't want to.
Mr. Shrek.
It's embarrassing.
What's embarrassing?
It's so bad. It's
Mr. Shrek.
so bad, and it's all I have.
Mr. Shrek.
And it's all I have, Murray. All. I mean, I'm working. It's not as if I'm not. No, I'm working. My God, it's all I can do. Hours at the desk, straining, sweating my blood through that cursed pen, day in, day out, chained to that desk. And what? This nonsense. Is that what the culmination of my life's work is? Sing-songy rubbish.
Just let me read it, Mr. Shrek. You know, you are your own worst...
Stop that.
What?
Don't condescend me, Murray.
Mr. Shrek.
Oh. Very well, asshole. Here they are. My dactyls.
Well, I mean, if you don't want to...
Oh, shut up, Murray. You wanted to read it, and now you're going to. And that's that. That's what it comes to. And don't give me condolences. Don't humor me. Don't smooth down my goddamn feathers, Murray. Give that horseshit to the young. Give it to someone who still wants it, who still can believe in affirming lines. I don't need your approval. I don't need anyone's. Not anymore. What? Approval? Good God, not from you, Murray. Not ever. I used to be... Well, you know what you know, Murray. It was there and it was good and all that claptrap that we had prayed to be, that we had longed to be, and I believed that it was good and that I was doing, I don't know, something, and it lasted. But now, God, I mean, the culmination of a life spent working on the oeuvre, and you know that it would come to this, come to nonsense.
It was very good.
What?
I mean, Who can write sense in that meter? Who can write sense in dactylic hexameter in English?
What are you saying?
Just that
I'm not a child, Murray.
I never said you were.
I know I'm not. I know, and you're sitting there smiling that toothy, shit-eating grin, lying to me about how good my garbage is and how nobody can write in dactyls. It's merely a greater insult than flat out telling me it stinks. And what is more, as further proof that my work now, what it is now, how bad it is, and I know that already. I know, so what? That's me now, and we know it, I know it, you know it.
Mr. Shrek.
And who are you to condescend me? Huh? Who are you, Murray? When I was 10 years younger than you are now, I already had 3 books out there that you still don't have the guts to write. 3 at least. So don't console me, don't you ever. You say it happened to Sam.
What?
You say the same thing happened to Samuel Beckett.
What did?
They say he lost it too.
I didn't know that.
All he could do the last year was sit in a cafe, smoke thin black cigars, drink, talk to people, watch soccer, produce less and less. Every piece his supposed last gasp. Every piece sparser and sparser, shorter and shorter. Until what? Just move him into a home. Small room, bed, a chair, a desk, and on that desk, a schoolboy's Divine Comedy by Dante. And beside it, a schoolboy's Italian dictionary. Pacing the floor and reading Dante. Maybe scribbling a few notes on the back of an envelope. Right. He was in his mid-80s. I'm 65, Murray. 65. And it's gone. Axiom Crouching, 1973. Bursting at the Lethra, 1978. Infradig, 1980. Daisy Gives a Blowjob, 1985. And on. My God. The years, Murray. The years, the days, the time I had. And I just wasted on it. I didn't use it. I sat on my ass and said, later. Later, always have time. Always putting it off. And what? What have I got now? No, I'm asking you. Murray, what have I got now?
I don't know, Mr. Shrek.
I'll tell you, boy. Some nonsense lines in that goddamn dactyl monster that hourly mocks me. And what else? I don't know what's happening to me anymore, Murray.
What?
I've been singing.
Singing?
I've been singing.
Why singing?
I don't know. I haven't sung since I was a boy. Mother would take me to meetings and services, and I'd sing. We all read it. Family circle can't be broken. Onward Christian soldiers. Joshua fit the battle of Jericho and all that. Why am I singing? It's quiet in the house. No one's there but the cats, Bloom and Zeno, and it gets so... I'm alone, Mary. It's just books and papers, cracks, silence, and me. So one day I just started singing. Fill up the space. Pass the time over my mediocrity. No, I only know that in hindsight. Then I didn't even know I was doing it until a couple hours later, after I'd been singing for a few hours.
What have you been singing?
Jesus songs.
Jesus songs.
Yes. I don't know why. They're the only ones I know from when I was a boy. I mean, I know some Schubert, but I stopped singing that long ago. All I have are the Jesus songs.
But Jesus songs? Mr. Shrek, I mean...
But I'm old, Mary. I'm old. It's a dry season, for God's sake. And I'm not quite ready for my schoolboy Dante, but I'm close. And I hate it. And the ankle, of course. The ankle. Lord, it's worse. And the doctors can't figure it out, and they give me pills. And that helps a little, but I'm old, and the temple, my work, it's gone. It's been torn down, and sure as shit ain't going to be rebuilt. And there's nothing much else.
It's never that bad, Mr. Shrek.
What do you know about it? Huh, boy, what do you know about true despair? What? The self-constructed despair of the healthy, rich poet as he lays beside.
I know pain! I know! I do.
But you have time. You've got more to say. You're in a place, a good station. You have consolation. You have benefits and compensations and time. And with compensations and time, it's really easy to be the armchair atheist.
As opposed to the Sunday Baptist?
Yeah. And it's easy. And when it's gone, when you've got nothing, it's, it's there, and no matter what you might think, it is a compensation, it's a condolence, it's a comfort.
Did you say you write in dactyls?
You are not in this conversation.
Please, Murray.
Mr. Shrek.
What did you say, my boy?
Mr. Shrek.
It's all right, Murray.
Mr. Shrek. No.
What did you say, my son?
Did you say you write in dactyls?
Occasionally.
Oh.
Why, my boy?
I wrote a poem in dactylic hexameter once.
You did?
Yeah, a couple years ago.
Well, share it, please. I mean,
No. Do not humor him. He doesn't even know what dactylic hexameter is.
I do too, you bastard. I went to community college.
Wonderful.
please, my boy, share with us your dactyls.
Well, I hope I can remember them. The poem, I hope.
Please.
Okay. Let's see. Stephanie never could sing aloud. They're hoping to find something, shifting the notion you alone, you cannot sing to the merciful cracks in the white dusty walls. White dusty walls. The veranda, even if you are a girl in the sense that you own your own labia, or if you want, you can call it, no, that is not what she thought, for she was quite sure that she was alone, and that I'm sorry, I forget the rest. I know it's not very good.
Dell,
Yes, Murray.
go to bed.
Fuck you, Murray.
Dell,
What?
go to bed.
I was sharpening a pencil today. A number 2 Ticonderoga to use to itch the infertile thing, and I suddenly had a memory of my father. As if eating Madeleines, for God's sake.
You did.
I did. Obscured as it was there in my mind. He was on the porch in a colorless shirt with deep mauve suspenders, and he was clearing his throat, sputtering, you understand? And sniffing while filling his small brown pipe. He was doing it slowly, ritually, savoring the act which defined him. And in between sputters, he was singing to himself about where each and every lullaby goes every Thursday evening in her swell clothes. And I was sitting on the front step, young and strong, drinking mother's limeade, looking over my shoulder at this man who I did not know. Filling his pipe. A man I did not want to know, but at the same time long to hold in my arms, or to even touch his skin. I once did. I touched his cracked hand when, on accident, I bumped into him reaching for a newspaper. But his face? I never touched his face. I sat watching him, home for the holidays, and he filled his pipe and sat down on the porch swing and lit his pipe, and a large cloud of smoke covered his face. And he hummed Irving Berlin. He always hummed those songs, Cole Porter, that type of thing. He hummed the songs he loved so much, rocking back and forth, feet firmly planted on the wood planks, left arm across his chest, right holding the pipe, and he rocked and smoked and hummed. I don't know why, but I felt fear. Out of nowhere, I was afraid for him, as if he was suddenly in peril. And I dropped my limeade, the glass shattering on the step below. And I turned all the way around and called out his name in a panic, a shout. And once I had spoken, I felt ashamed. I was brought abruptly back to reality, back to the clearness of mind in which there was nothing to fear, tangibly. You know, the pain that replaces fleeting, irrational panic. And slowly he turned to me and asked what I wanted. Without thinking, I don't know why I asked it. Father, do you have any regrets? He stared at me and I, of course, averted my eyes. He stared at me and after a long time said, "Old age and experience, hand in hand, lead man to death and make him understand. After a search so painful and so long that all his life has been in the wrong." Was all he said. He turned back front and hummed and smoked. I turned away from him and we sat in silence. I grew anxious, uncomfortable. I put my hand down, forgetting the broken shards from the glass I dropped. I put my hand down right onto its jagged edge. I cut myself, not badly, but because I cut my fingertips, it bled greatly. I lifted up my hand. The blood streaming down my arm, and I panicked, calling for help, and he didn't move. He didn't even look. Mother came running out, whipped off her apron, wrapped it tightly around my hand, whisked me into the house, but he didn't move. He didn't make a sound, except for his humming. Humming Blue Skies by Irving Berlin.
Do you hear the rain? Has it stopped? No. There it is. I hear it on the roof. Softer than before.
Is there a bathroom?
Yeah, down on the right.
By the way, I read that Rosetta you gave me.
You like it?
So good. And do you know why?
Why, Mr. Shrek?
Because it is what it is. No histrionics, no pandering for emotion, no need. It's simple, it's direct, and it's true. That's how you do it. That's how. I'm going to the bathroom now.
I'll be here. Del. Del.
What?
Del.
What, Murray?
Is there any root beer left?
No.
How about the orange juice?
No.
We're out of orange juice. That was good orange juice.
I know.
I just made that orange juice.
I know, but I drank it.
And you drank it.
Yep.
And the root beer?
I drank part of it.
I thought you said we were out.
We were, but there were 3 cans.
I had 1 can.
And I drank 2.
Lord, man, how much can you drink?
You should know.
Oh, don't be vulgar, Dell.
What? Why?
Because we were having almost a domestic...
A what? A what, Murray? A what?
A domestic conversation, a normal conversation, and then you...
Give me a break, Murray.
Relational jokes.
What?
I didn't say anything.
I know, but you seem hence.
Hence.
Yeah, hence perpending.
Hence.
Yeah. Don't ask me, I was just being courteous. Oh. Good night.
Dell. Dell.
What, Murray? What is it?
Are you asleep?
No, Murray, I'm not. Actually, I'm talking to you, so ergo, I must be awake.
You are.
Yeah. I actually haven't had the chance to fall asleep yet, Murray. You keep talking.
What?
I said we've been talking for a while, Murray. You okay, Murray?
Yes. Yeah. I'm fine.
Murray.
Yeah.
What?
Go get the book.
What? Which book?
Go get the red book.
How long is this going to take, Murray?
How long is what going to take?
This.
An hour? Maybe a page?
No. I mean, this.
What? Personal self-inquest?
Yeah.
As long as it takes, Dell.
Oh, great. I'll be glad when it's over.
Well, there's a lot of testimonies.
Oh, yeah.
What's wrong with it?
It's strange, Murray. You're strange, and I definitely feel strange being caught in the middle of your, I don't know, what have you, your whatever it is.
Self-inquest.
Yeah, that thing. It's weird. It's
What?
it's just strange, Murray. It's like with the dictionaries and then with this thing, the it's just strange, Murray. You're strange.
Dell,
What?
do you have the red book?
No, I don't. I was looking for it before, but then I stopped to criticize you, so now I'm back to the hunt.
Well, can you hurry?
Why?
I don't want to lose the thread.
All right, just hold on, Jesus.
Okay.
Okay,
You got it?
got it.
Yeah. Are you ready? He was going to continue on with this thing, continue and move onward, beyond, through the waste, through the mire, which he deemed unprofitable. Perhaps then, the various dijecta sorted, cataloged, tagged, perhaps then he might quite possibly see the thing in all its splendor, lie on the grass, watch the sun on the trembling back of the lake, sucking on a peach pit and thinking, I don't know, of mother, safe, at rest, at last. He was trying to go on, to brush aside the garbage, to discover, retrieve it safely, empty out the rubbish from his trouser pockets, store it there. Later, when found sneaking off unnoticed by those who would frown on it, perhaps presenting a small, deep schism between he and it, yet, as was clear to those who would frown, he didn't give a tinker shake and never did. He would, if the case may be, snatch it out from under their very noses. Defiance and strength. For once in 1,000 years, he had the pleasure of living this unprofitable life. If he could not summon the muster, it would quite plainly be over and done. And with as far as he was concerned, it was off only, shall we say, off by 2 paces. It would all be put asunder, all of it. He suspected there was fledgling, yet strong, though not quite strong, too weak for that. For his fledgling had been fledgling for years and was now tired after not even maturing to full shape and scope. Yet, though his weak fledgling hope had told him, not specifically, of course, not blatantly, but it had told him, the hope had, let us say, suggested that perhaps recovering something, a phrase, a memory, a feeling, perhaps that which eluded him, that which had propelled him further, once made up the difference in his drive, might once more give life, might lay before him there, outwardly still. He rose, as he had always risen, at midnight, just as the rain would begin drumming the panes with its 100 sharp fingers. He desired, though, not of the impotent rain, but rather the stern and drang and the clap of the storm and the light of the friction that illuminates for 1/10 of a second all that was shrouded and coruscated with pitch, and which next would be shrouded again, leaving him blind. Del. Del. Del.
What?
Which ones do you know? Which ones, Del?
25, 19, 8, and 2.
What about 10?
Which one's 10?
Shoes.
Yeah, I can do that one.
Okay. Do it.
You're fucking insane. You know that, right, Murray?
Just do 10, please, Del.
I mean, like really, like batshit crazy, off the walls, insane, like drooling, shaved head, shock treatment, crazy motherfucker.
10, please, Del.
Just absolutely fucking insane.
Will you just recite the goddamn anecdote, please, Del?
I am! I needed to buy shoes the other day, a new pair of shoes. Wasn't quite sure what I wanted. My head was so full of different ideas, different pairs of shoes. I didn't even know what I wanted. But I went, got in my car, and drove over to the shoe store.
Sirocco.
Yeah, my gray Sirocco. And I drove over to the shoe store. My mind began to stray with all the tantalizing different images of shoes. And all of a sudden, the brooding black morning clouds parted, and angels seen, once unseen, began to sing from the clouds, and with the heralding cherubs and fierce angels brandishing flaming swords, Mary, the Mother of God, the BV fucking M, descended from the clouds, and she said to me, and I was scared, but she said to me, she spoke in Francais, so this I'll make here a crude translation.
Yes.
She said, dear heart, do not be afraid, for I, the Mother of Jesus, have heard your strained mind in turmoil, and I have come to help you. I have heard your mind in turmoil, and I have come to help you figure out which shoe to buy. I shall help you. I smiled. I was confused. I said, but why you? BBM, I'm Presbyterian. She said, I got shoes. You got shoes. All God's chillin' got shoes. Doesn't matter if you're Papist or Calvinist. I smiled, but then I said, how, BBM? How can you help me find the pair of shoes that I want? And she said, why, dear heart? I'm taking you up to heaven, the 5th level. I was stunned. The 5th level of heaven? She said, that's right, dear heart. Shoe heaven. This is really fucking weird, Murray.
No, it's not. It's good.
No, this is so...
Please just keep going.
All right. What was first?
Indian girl. Shoes from around the world.
First was the Indian girl, Feather Moon. She was dressed in beads and tassels, and on the pedestal beside her was a pair of tan moccasins, and she told me how comfortable they are and waterproof too, perfect for that old rain. Isn't this racist, Murray?
Do the Dutch girl.
No, this is really, really strange, Murray. I will never figure this out, even if I puzzle this perversion. I suppose the rest of my days, Murray, I never will.
It doesn't matter, Del. Doesn't matter. Neither will I.
Is it a weird sex thing?
What?
Is this like? I mean, does the BBM showing you? Does Pocahontas selling shoes make you come? I mean, do you get off to this like what is this?
No. Just
is this like a fetish thing? Like, do you?
Just do 10. Just please do 10.
All right, fine. The Dutch girl. Next was the Dutch girl. Blonde braids, rosy cheeks, peasant blouse pushed out by budding breasts, tulips in both hands.
And on the pedestal.
And on the fucking pedestal lay a pair of wooden clogs. heavy, responsible, stoic clogs.
Oh, good.
Good, because that's all I know.
Thank you, Dal.
Sure thing, Psycho.
Dal.
What?
I think it's time for...
Yes.
I
For...
think it's time for dictation.
Oh my fucking god. Are you kidding me?
No. I
Of
think it's
what?
preliminary self-evaluation.
What's the point, Murray?
What's the point?
Oh, yeah. I mean,
What's the point?
what's the point?
The point.
I mean, okay. I really couldn't give a damn about any self-realization that you might be having. No, not at all. And so I don't give a damn, Murray. Not on a personal level, but rather,
Ow.
I suppose I'm interested, Murray, purely in the way that you slow down at a crash, trying to see if you can spy some carnage or death. Yes, in that way, I'm interested, Murray, to see your carnage. So yes, I am interested, and out of that completely emotionally withdrawn stance, I have to ask you, as I would ask a dog that will not move out of the headlights, why, Murray? What's the point?
What's the point?
Yeah.
Of what?
Never mind, I'm gonna get the fucking book.
No. Really, Del. Of what?
This, Murray, this! The testimonies, the preliminary self-evaluation, the fucking... all of it, Murray! What is it?
Del. You see, in life, some of us want to better ourselves.
Oh my god.
Some of us are responsible.
Uh-huh.
See, I have lived my life thus far a certain way. Or, as is far more accurate, I have lived my life many certain ways. Now, at the halfway point, or a little after, it's time for reflection. It's time for self-study so that I can make whatever's left, the other half of my life, more profitable to myself, to others, to my loved ones. Even you, Del. Even you.
You don't have loved ones.
Yes, I do.
Who?
My loved ones. What do you mean, my loved ones?
Yeah, who are they?
Steffi.
Who?
You know my daughter, Stephanie.
Stephanie?
Yeah, my daughter.
Okay, yeah, sure. Why do I never see her?
Why does it matter?
I'm always here.
So?
So doesn't she live in town?
Yeah, she does.
So where is she?
Well, Del, it's not as simple as that.
It's not.
No.
How is it then?
Well, the relationship between a father and a daughter is it's a complicated one, and it's very difficult. It's been very difficult on her. She's had a difficult time since her mother died, since Lydia, her mother, when she died, and since then, it's hard to. But we don't get along as well as we did.
She hates you.
What?
She hates you, doesn't she?
No.
What did you do to her?
How could you even say something like that, Del? I did nothing to her.
All right. What didn't you do for her?
I was there for her. Always. I was always there.
What?
Huh. Well, her mother and I, we fought. And why am I even talking to you about this?
How should I know?
Hey, listen, Del, just mind your own goddamn business.
Do you want the book?
No, I don't want the book.
Fine.
Just go to bed.
All right, Lot.
Hey, just go back to bed. Oh, I'm touched, Peter. I am. By the age of 35, Murray and I had reached the apex of our mutual platonic love for each other, having long before attempted a veritable Hiroshima on the coffins of literary theory with the dismal success of our brainchild, new post-deconstructionist, blah, 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 blah. Let me see. We had traveled together with Murray's wife, Lydia, to Canterbury for the rest, and then, of course, the festival and the ale. I had initially planned on that Sunday. The second day we were to be there. Well, I knew that, well, the awful truth of the matter, the horror of, well, I'm not sure, perhaps the cloud of unknowing which shrouded Murray. A cloud, I suppose, had shrouded him since infancy. See Winthrop 36, paragraph 4, line 14. Cloud of unknowing? See Winthrop 36, paragraph 4, line 14. Winthrop 36. Winthrop 36, paragraph 4, line 14. Okay. Right. After ejaculation, was accomplished through great merriment and labor for, you see, Lydia was a touch chill. Oh, good God. Lydia. She lay beside me, smoking her Dunhills, and complained of Murray. The rigidity, the fastidiousness, and what is more, the hole he possessed in his bosom. The gap in his entire makeup that led her to believe he had loved no one in his life. Now, despite her stubbornness, but simply because he was incapable of it. Being molded by that steelwork of a woman he was loath to call his mother. She who would drain from him any trace of emotion and warmth she had done to his father years before. Is still vacuous, well, to speak plainly, the lovelessness he so much unwittingly jubilated in had secretly driven all those around him far away, including his wife. Being pushed from a sterile bed to one warm and
What are you doing?
brushing my teeth.
Why?
What does it matter to you if I'm brushing my goddamn teeth?
Merciful heavens! Whatever your name is. What is your name?
My name is Del, sir.
Del, wonderful Del, Del the sublime, Del of the dactyls.
Yes, sir.
Oh, where's Murray?
Murray's in the bathroom.
I've got it's mine, Del. The dactyls are mine.
What are you talking about, sir?
Oh, when he said it couldn't be done, Humphreys, with his yellow silk scarf tied tightly around his bloated, fat neck, drinking a Saul's de Perrier, snorting through his disgustingly flared, overgrown nostrils, a copy of Octavia wedged in between his enormous flabby forearm and his enormous flabby side, wedged into the inner resources of his black stench-ridden armpit, smoking a smelly cigar and scratching his forehead with a plastic spoon. Can't be done, Shrek, my good man. Can't be done. Dactyls are out and will stay out. Be better for you to translate Calvin's Institute into late chloroform. And he laughed his supercilious laugh through his gritted shit-eating grin. And I skulked back and drank 3 pints and sang the songs of Schubert to the little lass who was serving me. Well, to perhaps no one in particular. And I passed out and dreamed of dactyls. But, my sweet boy, what was your name again?
My name's Del, sir.
Oh, yes, of course, Dactyl Del. Where is my mind? Anyway, a long story short, Humphreys said it couldn't be done, and yet, even though I believed it too, good God, I did. Though I tried anyway, yes, I did. I tried in vain, apparently, but now, good God, now I have it, Del. I have the dactyls.
That's good.
I need paper and pen before it leaves me. Quickly, can you help an old man?
Absolutely. Yeah, let me grab you some from the desk.
Thank you, my boy. Thank you.
Here you are, sir.
Oh, thank you, my boy. Now, is there a quiet, semi-well-lit nook I could crawl into for the next, say, 15 minutes?
Yeah, if you go down the hallway and the second door on the left, it's the library.
Oh, excellent, excellent. I shall return.
Laugh, clown. Good. She said, go to the market. She said, needed Pernod. I said, wow. Get room service. She didn't want the room service. She didn't like the label. She said, no, Murray, go to that place. Go to Dorson and Sons. Get the Pernod I like. The limey kind with the black label. Green stuff. Come on, Murray. Here's £5. And I went. And the store was closed. So I wanted to surprise her, find the brand she wanted. I went to 3 stores in Canterbury, all over town, and I found it. And took, well, I was gone for about an hour or so. Peter and Cynthia were lodged on the other side. Later, much later, Peter and I went out to play billiards and drink some pints. And he laughed again and again. And every joke I told, right? Oh my God. Medea. Say something. Say something.
What?
Say something, Del.
What?
I don't know. Anything.
All out of stories tonight, Murray.
Tell an old one.
I don't.
What about?
Murray, I'm tired.
Tell me.
What?
Tell me the story of the infant of Prague.
Oh, for heaven's sake, Murray.
The infant of Prague.
Oh, shit. Alright, fine. The infant of Prague.
Okay, thank you. Do it. Senecan.
I'm not giving you dialogue, Murray.
It's not what I mean.
Well, how can I do a Senecan anecdote without frickin' dialogue, Murray?
Just about the description of the place where the Jews dropped the body,
How is that Senecan, Murray? That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't...
Don't shut your mouth! It is an anti-Ciceronian style of the late 16th and 17th centuries. It's curt, abrupt, uneven, giving the effect of an unadorned, factual statement. Its chief characteristics, structurally and grammatically, is the so-called exploded period, a series of independent statements set down in simple sentences or clauses and tied together, if at all, by coordinating conjunctions. It tends to be jagged and excited or to flow unevaluated directness. It's sometimes called addict. God damn it! If it's a tragedy, which I am here demanding it will be, we will see the following characteristics. 1, a conventional 5-act structure. 2, the use of a chorus and stock characters such as a ghost, a cruel tyrant, the faithful male servant, and the female confidant. 3, action depicted through lengthy monologues. And 4, the employment of sensational themes from Greco-Roman mythology such as blood, lust, incest, infanticide, retribution, revenge, and God damn it, adultery. Can you understand this? Can you comprehend something as fucking simple as this? Or can you tell?
Where do you want me to start?
Start with the prologue.
Then?
Use grove of trees. And then right into the Prior's tale.
I thought you wanted the infant of Prague.
What's the difference? Christ, what's the fucking difference? It's the same anti-Semitic, racist bullshit. Same evil Jews killing the same pious infant goy who's privy to visions of the BV-fucking-M. And they cut his throat, and up by a sewer or a toilet, and he glows or he floats, and the same angels come and retrieve him, or some bullshit like that. And it's I don't know. It's atrocity.
You still want me to tell it?
No.
What do you want?
What does Bede say?
How would I know, Murray?
Maybe it was Aeschylus or Zara or somebody.
Well,
I'm not sure now.
Well, I don't.
Murder will out. The end will never come. Past is present forever. Were you ever married?
Nope.
Yeah, of course not. How old are you, 21?
25.
Oh, good lord. Do you know how old I am?
I don't care.
Slightly older than that.
Great.
So you've never been married?
No, I said that, Murray. I've never been married.
Children?
No, of course not.
Oh.
My girlfriend got knocked up once. It was only for the first trimester, then we got it taken care of.
I see.
Yeah. Do you want me to tell you a story now, or
How old were you?
what?
How old?
16.
Oh,
Yeah, it happened on my birthday.
really?
Yeah. Armistice Day.
Who was she?
Some girl.
Secret love?
No, we were only together a couple months.
What was her name?
Molly.
Molly.
Portman.
Huh?
Molly Portman.
Oh, right,
Knew her in high school.
right. Is it a short tryst?
Yeah, it was.
You said.
Well,
Huh.
I don't know.
Where's she now?
I don't know.
Where was this?
It was back when I was in Walnut Creek.
And what was your response?
Said I was relieved that at least her plumbing worked.
Lord.
I wouldn't give her any advice. I just said, do what you have to do.
So?
Just did what she had to do.
You know, I was married once. She died.
Oh.
Diabetes.
Oh.
Yeah. We vacationed once. Oh. We went on a honeymoon to Greece. She was a classics major in New Haven. She loved Aeschylus. She loved the Persians. She'd read it over and over and over again. She had these bracelets that were clacked, and I could hear her coming from a block away, like Auntie Mame. Her name was Lydia. Perhaps she was frigid, though. I didn't see. I didn't. I mean, really. We went to Greece together. Our honeymoon.
I'm going to bed.
Bennet stood on the rug before the fire. Left foot before the right, in black slipper, snug in black slipper, eyes glazed, hands clenched in fists, chortle long dissipated, foot in slipper, snugly. Foot in slipper, snugly. Yeah. Glaze from eyes, drift, eyes focus, first at floor, a rug, red, Persian, simple rug. Tassels torn and rent. And eyes rise from rug to wooden floorboards. From floorboards to legs of chair and on up to stand beside the Benton. Inside the stand lies an envelope, old and torn, broken waxen seal and script in black ink to Mademoiselle Juanette Chante. In other words, yes, others after others, after the initial inscription small, like drawing on rice, small. And he would read it. He would read the words, the ink, if not for the glasses needed, but he didn't need the glass today. No, not as if he didn't know the inscription written by him when Cain was a boy. He knew. And yet, he also knew the comfort of the lens. The comfort of reinforcing the words written. Reinforcing the fact of what was done again and over and over so long ago. Beside the letter, beside the symbol of what should have happened, there lay a photograph, dog-eared and creased. Dust, really. Bennet groaned audibly and lowered his head from the angle transfixed from where he was eyeing the Benton stand with one slow, long stride as he slid his right foot forward past the left and then slowly lifted the left and thumped it down on the carpeted floor. Once again, the right slid forward and the left thumped to the carpeted rug. After this, the steps were easier, and in 5 more paces, he reached the Benton stand, panting, sweat beating from his forehead, fists clenched to the sides of the Benton. And then he looked up and smiled. He sang Schubert's G, Credo, Ex Resurrectus, and so then cursed and spat and looked before him at the wall, and on the wall a frame, and in the frame a picture, and in the picture, which was obscured by pitch, for as I said, it was dark in the room, save for the sparks of the dying flame, he winced and squinted and tilted his head to see the picture. He knew the picture, he knew it, but to see it, he had to see it again. Head lowered in defeat. And the seconds came and went, and nothing. Until it came, and with it, head up, mouth slack, eyes goggling out of head, drool streaming down, right index finger outstretched with the germ of the idea that had slightly reached the surface of his deviating mind. A smile forms on his black maw. Jewel dries. Eyes glaze. Index finger is lowered. The right hand rises up and then sinks into left pocket across the chest. Fumbles. Stops at the find. Raises his hand again. Feels it with his left. Drooling smile grows. He had the matches after all. With the left finger, he slides a small box open, pulling out 2 matches, closing the box with his knuckles, and then raising up the matches with his left. He strikes, but flame does not start. He strikes again. The matches break. Utterance of a groan. Fingers up again, box open, matches withdrawn, box closed, matches struck. Once, twice, curse. But then a last flame. He jumps at the sudden, unexpected light, but then accepts and moves the flame horizontal. Already, the flame has reached the middle of the wood. He raises the light slowly to the frame and sees the face of she who he had not shown to anyone. The face hid until the threat of discovery was long gone by anyone who would even consider journeying to this place, and so he hung it. Young and pale, lips parted, eyes wide. Yellow peasant blouse. One strap of white peeking out from shoulder. And he groaned. Suddenly the pain burned his fingers, and he cursed the day of his birth as he dropped the smoking matches to the ground. That's enough, Peter, for right now. Steffi. It's Steffi's testimony, Dal.
I'm asleep.
Oh, my little Steffi. I still see her. I'll always see her in that purple ski parka to cover her overalls and her black and gray moon boots, trampling in the snow, with each step sinking lower and lower, and then picking her up, kissing her, and she said, "I love the snow, Daddy. I love the snow." Oh, my little Steffi. It became clear to me as I reached the age of 19, Father had abandoned his lifetime achievement, and I don't know, preoccupation of poisoning me slowly with his indifference and biting. laugh, clown!
What is it now?
I'm brushing my teeth.
Again?
Yeah. Again. He looks at the matches, looks at the burning flame, yellow and green. He watches the flame, the smoke twirling up inside his nostrils. Nope. Work. I must do work. Okay. Bills. Steve Bills. I first knew him. We knew each other. I first knew him as we called him at the depository Swami Brater, because for hours Murray would do nothing but stare into space, eyes goggling out of his head, mouth slack, the drool streaming down his chin. He had this awe about him so strong that no one would come near him, in the office at least. We all thought that the rage built inside him, suppressed, that had controlled him into the literal idiot he was, would fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. Quite certain that the years of alienation, the bitterness shared in a well-known, loveless sinking marriage, and the destruction felt at the heartlessness of his father, and blah, 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 blah. Get to the fucking point. Quite certain that his shrinking exterior. Shrinkling. Let me see. Dell! Dell!
What?
Go get the book.
I did.
No.
It's right in front of you, Murray.
Well, get up and take my dictation.
Do it yourself, asshole.
Asshole.
That's what I said.
Dell, if you don't get over here right now, I swear to Christ I will cut your balls off.
Hey, cool it.
Just get over here.
Tranklin.
Shrinklin. Try 180.
180's the M's.
Well, then get volume 2.
Where's volume 2?
over there on the table.
You're a real fucking asshole, you know that, right?
You get the book.
Hold on, I'm going.
Get the goddamn book.
I'm going. Here's your goddamn book.
You take it.
Fine.
You weren't writing it down.
Fine.
Take it. Shrinklin.
Just wait, will ya?
Shrinklin.
Okay. Hey, yeah. Gotta find my place.
180.
Yeah,
180.
okay. Okay, 180.
Franklin.
Wait,
What?
the pen doesn't work.
Oh, come on.
Give me a pen.
There's one on the floor. Now, Shrinklin.
Shrinklin, right.
Shrink. Archaic adjective describing a man or a sow or a thing. A-hole.
What?
A hole. Is prone to continual betrayal and deceit. A man. A coward. Who's subjugated and pressed into the mire. Whose very existence is a blight upon God and mankind. Christ!
Here you go.
Thank you, Del. These dictionaries, my dictionaries. I am telling you now, they are going to be very, very important. They're going to change it all. They're going to change the entire lexicon, the entire vulgated on opus magnumized opus. They'll change it all. The whole language, or at least remove the excess verbiage.
Yeah? Who gives a shit?
I will. I will fulfill it all. I will culminate the knowledge, the entire language, from Bloom's kidneys to Rothgar's scope. Back and forth and back and forth, back and forth in 12 swift sweeps. This dictionary can't take it away from me, the lousy sons of bitches. They can't. You can't take my dictionaries. Christ! Be a harrowing smack on the old tin wrecking ball of the foundation of the big old shit house, and as the pages burn and the ink turns to poisoning boil, and the brick and mortar melt and crumble, and down it all goes in last. Down it all goes in flame and boiling ink. Now, let me tell you, I'll be the one. I will be the one laughing. Parked a block away, watching it all burn down, lighting a fucking cigar, laughing with a burning intellectual modality of the visible. Yes! Christ! She loved me. She did. And I heard her and I thought, well, bad behavior, strange things. Well, it didn't enter into it. Because, well, when you love and when it's you, when you're the bad one, in the relationship, you think, yeah, I don't know, yeah, I mean, you know, it's not a good perception. No, it's not. And when it's happening to you, you think, I don't know, you think, well, it's not as bad as people say. And so you go along. The rationalizations, the skewed perceptions, but they don't show the hurt. They don't show the pain. How could you know? You can't see it. Can't see the hurt. Can't see the pain. It's drowned. You take it from irritation, for sadness, when really it is hurt, destruction. What is worse? Disillusionment, disappointment, even more so. Because hate comes and goes. And hate is so close to love. But disappointment, continuous, magnified disappointment breeds indifference, and that is the hurt. That is the pain. The end. You hurt someone enough continually, and after a while the hurt piles up and they shut down. She shuts down. They stop feeling. They stop feeling you, at least. And you're the one that shut them down. Because they can't take the pain. Then, even when you try to make them happy, We're trying to get the right fucking bird out. What the fuck? What's even the matter anymore? I saw it. I did. I saw it hurt. I saw it now. I didn't do anything. I shot. I know, but I did nothing. Because it's too much. God's when you know there's still something you can do. Something. Anything. But you shoot. You do nothing. You shoot nothing. Because you're weak. You're weak. You're pathetic. You're weak. You're pathetic. Don't do anything. You do nothing. You're fucking weak. You're fucking pathetic. No. Stop. Please, you like it. You like the hurt. You like the pain. You like watching them suffer. Because you're weak. So the other you. Stronger you. He takes over. He wants the pain and the hurt. And he wants them to suffer. And people say, well, he wanted the pain. He wanted to hurt. So he got what he wanted. And for whatever the reason, whatever's popular, emotional, masochism, death wish, self-fulfilling something or other, and all the banal reasons, they say he got what he wanted. It's not true. It's not. It's... Is that... This disgusting. Hello. You can never say. It's not true. It's not. Who would want that? Who would want that, huh? Look at this monster. Monster. Intentionally. Who can do that? Who can do that? Who can do that? Who can destroy? Who can destroy? Who can destroy? Who can destroy the woman who nurtured him? I loved him. Who can destroy it? Who can do it? I don't know. Oh, Stephanie. Mind you take the strength to watch him die like that. Slowly fading and powerless. And all through the selfishness, through the goddamn selfishness, when they should have really reached a point where they said stop. They should have said stop. They should have said stop. You're hurting me. Just say stop. Stop. Stop hurting me, Daddy. And you can't. Because you're weak. And that other you, stronger you, the one that wants to watch them suffer, the one that wants to watch them suffer and die. Christ, take this. Take me. Take me. Doesn't hear you. You can't. He hears you. It's just too fucking slow. You can't wait. Because you need him now. You need him now. He's so slow. He's so fucking slow. We reject him. We reject it because he's too slow. Because he lets you sink into it. Who else is there to blame? Not yourself. No. You blame them. You blame them. That's a good comfort and a good justification. For the hurt and for the pain. I loved you. I love you. I did. All this crap. I did. I was there. I suffered through the sinking. I suffered through it all. I failed. I failed. I failed you. I'm so sorry, honey. I'm so sorry. If I could change things, I would. I would change everything. If I could, I would. I can't. I can't. I can't. So, what does this apologizing mean? What does it mean? What good does an apology do you now? Does it vindicate you? Does it give you the justice? It means nothing. How are you vindicated? Because I'm sorry. Because I'm sorry. And I was through all the weakness. Through all of it. I felt it all. I was weak. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't do anything but hurt you. I hurt you. I hurt my baby. I hurt Stephanie. Where is she? Where's my girl? She's gone. She's gone forever. When's the last time? When's the last time? Christmas? No. Christmas Eve 2 years ago. And she called. But she didn't say much. Neither did I. Oh, God. I don't even remember what we talked about. No. She was translating something. Descartes. The little town was Descartes. She was always so good at language. She was so good. I was so fucking proud of her. I was so proud of her. I didn't tell her that. I didn't tell her that. I called. Oh, right. This. Jesus, take me. Who the fuck are you? Who the fuck are you? Where are you? How long does this fucking take you? They're dead. Dead. They're dead. Always. When they smile down. The angels above. I married a girl once. Her name was Lydia. She was in class, so make sure to do it. She loved us close. She loved the Persians. She loved me. We went to Greece once. For our honeymoon. I liked Crete. Yeah. Crete was the best.
It was nice, Mary. Real nice.
Yeah.
You're a sentimentalist, you know that.
Laugh, clown! You stupid fucking betrayer of Christ!
Mary, Mary, my boy, as Thesmer says, the bird has flown to the very top of the something. I am prepared now for something through the very mist of deceit. Yes, the blood is pumping loud, my boy, straight through and up into the arteries. Pain dormant, bowel moved, and in 15 minutes, nay, not even 15, in fewer than 15, the riddle of the Sphinx, the conundrum of the Colossus, I don't know, all that I had longed for in such a few number of lines. It's mine, Murray, mine! When Heras laid those mighty fingers in the sand, the pundits proclaimed that Greek would be the linguistic limit of the fulfillment of the dactyl, hexameter or otherwise. And I had sought for so long, so long I had sought for the inspiration to sing my broken song in dactyls to no avail. But now, oh Murray, now I have them. Yes, I have some, but not my boy, not the pointless dribble of before, no. Real verse, heavy verse, and I did not suffer for it. No, it came to me like a voice in my head, like taking dictation. It came effortlessly, and hallelujah, by God, it's good, Mary. It's good. Mary? What's wrong with him?
He's upset.
Oh,
It's the testimonies, I think.
I told him not to do those damn things.
I know.
Won't listen to me.
No. He likes self-examination.
Yeah, horseshit. What he likes is self-flagellation. Do you think he's all right?
Not should I know.
What should we do?
Wait.
I guess so. I liked your poem.
Thanks.
I was impressed.
Thank you. Hey, thank you.
Murray? Nothing. I do hope he's all right.
He'll be fine. Mr. Shrek, would you,
What?
Would you read your dactyls to me?
You want me to?
Yes, please.
I'll just read it again when Mary comes back to us.
All right.
Okay. Oh, talk not to me of a name great in story. The days of our youth are the days of our glory, and the myrtle and ivy of sweet 22 are worth all your laurels, though ever so plenty. That's all I have.
Oh, Mr. Shrek.
Yeah?
That was really very good, Mr. Shrek.
Well, it's not very long yet, but
No, but it was really very good.
thank you, my boy. It is good, isn't it?
It is.
It's Byron.
Mary, you're back. Are you okay?
It's Byron.
Murray, Mr. Shrek found his dactyls, and they're really very good.
Mary, I found them.
It's Byron! You old fool!
What?
Lord Byron!
Oh, what?
He wrote it, not you. The road from Florence to Pisa by Lord fucking Byron. What the hell is the matter with you?
What?
You should know better than that.
But
Lord Byron.
Lord Byron?
It's the road between Florence and Pisa.
Good God. It is.
Oh, Mr. Shrek.
But I hate Lord Byron.
I'm so sorry, Mr. Shrek.
But I thought. And it was good. It was so good. And it came from me. And it. I mean. After all these years, it came to me. And Murray, it was good.
I'm sorry, Mr. Shrek.
Well, you should be, you son of a bitch.
What?
Why the hell did you tell me, you son of a bitch?
Mr. Shrek,
What good does it do you, huh?
I just thought you...
You so flippant and proud. It's Byron, God damn it. What does it matter? What does it matter at all? I was happy, you bastard. Really happy. And you took it away out of spite and arrogance.
I'm sorry, Mr. Shrek. I am. I just thought that you would want to...
You just thought. Well, you were wrong. I put up with, oh Lord Almighty, I have put up with years of bitching and depression and complaining and pure spite and nastiness. All these years of crap from you, Murray. And I have been there and you have known my pain and have not cared because it didn't concern you. Because it wasn't about you. And now for the first time in 5 years, for 20 minutes, I felt joy. Without thinking or caring or anything, you took that joy away from me.
Now, Mr. Shrek, I think you're overreacting just a little bit.
What is wrong with you, you selfish little... Christ.
Mr. Shrek?
What's wrong, Mr. Shrek?
Christ, the pain, I can't...
What's going on?
The leg. Oh, the Philocrates.
Mr. Shrek! Murray, what do we do?
He looks at the matches, watches the flame grow small and then go out. And the smoke rolls up and rises into his nostrils by his face. He looks up at the photo in the frame on the wall, looks in the dark, feels the eyes. The cow eyed girl. In the dark. In the dark. Doesn't see. Can't see. It's dark. Save for the fire. Dying flame. Thinks to speak. Counters. Thinking not to speak. Pauses. Thinks again. Aborts. Stares into the picture. Into the dark. Thinks once more. Begins to counter. Thinks of aborting. Then aborts the aborting. It was a sigh. A pale sigh. Resigns himself to speech. But what, he wonders, what is there to say? Quickly he turns at the feeling in the eyes behind his back. He turns and stares into the darkness beyond the dying fire in the heart. Looks behind, past the faint light, past the dying shadows of the other Benton burgundy chair, past the frame and into the dark of the hall. He stares, face tight and contracted, at the presence in the hall. The insubstantial man who perhaps is not there, but the Bennet feels. After a good 3 minutes of piercing quiet without any movement of the eyes, he slowly lifts the left foot high, snug and slipper, and lets it fall before him to the floorboards. Before the rug. He clutches his robe and purses his lips, staring at the man he cannot see in the hall. And he whistles. Bennet whistles low and dull and stops and purses his lips tighter and clutches his purple robe and stares. And then a sound of a whistle, shrill and sharp, though no one can be seen by Bennet. Yet he knows that is there. That is what he called it. That, or sometimes that thing. But mostly just that, and that is there. He can feel it steering from the dark of the hall. He can feel it now. His unglazed eyes can feel that, with eyes harsher than the photo in the frame. Suddenly, Bennet jogs to the curtains drawn over picture window. Cocks head right. Scratch on the window's pane. Scratch like an elk or a branch or an elm or a branch. Scratch like a claw or a hook. Then it stops. 2 scratches, then a pause. 2 more. Scratch, then a pause. He pauses. Bennet stands still, right ear cocked, waiting for the next scratch. But it doesn't come. His fearful anticipation met with calm, until in the hall, from the hall, he hears a cough. His eyes twist in his head to the chamber door. The dark of the hall, and the lipless mouth loosens, thinly tightens, and pursing at the sound that has made the first sound that has ever made. The grip on Bennet's rope tightening, twisting, turning harder and harder. He shifts his weight from the left foot to the right and then furrows his brow, and he opens his mouth. You! What do you want? In the last gasp, the fire sighs. Its last light. It's quenched. The white smoke twirls up out of the embers, cold and dark. And Bennet is alone in the dark, drowned in the silent response to his words. He stares in the dark at the hall. And that cost again. What do you want? What is it, man? The short whiskers on his chin bristle in his goose flesh, but nothing, not a sound. And he, after another good, horrendous stare, whirls to the window's direction, on the worn balls of his feet as the scratching, which is now fast and thumping, echoes in his ears. Bennet gasps and tightens the grip of his robe, extending his arms slowly out from his waist. Then contracts when he feels flesh against his hand. The stealth of something moving past, something he cannot see, and the thing at the window scratching and thumping loud. He releases his robe and clutches his forearm and shrieks into the dark. That thing bustles about him and shrieks out. For the love of Christ, who are you? And still and calm, Bennet stands rocking to and fro, still clutching his robe, clutching his arms, eyes tight, lips pursed, and he waits for a noise. But none comes. Bennet slowly opens his eyes, now slightly adjusted to the dark, and he scans to the best of his ability. He's save what is supposed to be there. Save once again for the clumps of shadows, forms unknown, non-moving, but ominous, hulking there behind the sofa, there behind the Benton, there on top of the secretary. Bennet stares and winces at the shadows, the fear ungrounded in his bowels, and he thinks and finds a state of clear, and slowly unfastens his right hand from his left arm and lowers it across his front. Drops it to his side, then grunts, grits his teeth, and slightly raises it, raises the hand up into the right robe pocket, loosens fist, searches, shakes, and twirls the contents of right robe pocket. And then, not finding what he wants, digs deeper and fumbles again. Then tight eyes open, sparkles, tears, an odd smile of blissful relief. The right hand rises from the right pocket, and in its grip, a small box of matches. He raises the right hand up. He raises the matches up to his ear and shakes it. 10 to 12 matches intact. Left hand relaxes from right arm and moves to midriff, where it meets the lowering right hand with the matches. The left pulls open the box and draws from it a match, of course, and then closes the box. Bennet's eyes lower to drawn match as his left hand draws match to strip and quickly strikes it. Following, of course, a sputtering of flame. Smoke billowing up before Bennet can raise a match to see the shadow's face. A tight grip. A hand presses down on his shoulder. A tight grip presses down on his shoulder from behind. And he screeches and quickly turns, raising up the match. But there's nothing there. There's nothing there but the wall and the photo of the cow-eyed girl. Cow-eyed girl in the frame on the wall. His eyes locked with hers, mouth slack, at the reunion of the girl that he allowed to leave so long ago. The left hand moves matches closer to her face, to the eyes. Then, the voice that comes when it's night And he's alone. And he was always alone. And it is night. And it was always night for him. For Bennet. He thinks of how it was always night for him once after school was done and alone at last in the room, gray and dismal, mattress, window, 3 small shelves lined with Sappho, Gorky, and Dunn. Papers on the floor. Sucked nibs and butts everywhere. A small, low table. Empty bottles of absinthe. Pernod and seltzer. And this was his home for years. He wrote, it was above his uncle's haberdashery. And so the rent was $5 a week whenever he had it to give. And then was to him the only time there was. As a child.
Murray?
As a child.
Murray.
As a child. As a child. Bennet. As a child, he had longed for the dark, for the night to play in, the wax guttering from his large candle onto the books in the large brown chair. Pictures in the dark of changelings and Nosferatus. His friends. He'd stick the candle in the magic lantern and blow. And witches would dance on brooms around the walls of the room, and his eyes would widen. And while the lantern turned, he'd crawl back into the chair. The purple quilts tied tightly around him. His book of mysteries held tightly to him. And look at the moving light, the witch, or the ghosts, which he sometimes turned. He'd watch them move around and around. The rains would come, and the candle would flicker, and the suck of the wind in the door. And then he knew. And then he knew. Alone in the dark. The night was his. He belonged to it.
Murray.
And it was to him. And yet he knew not then of its importance, of what it in itself was. It was only later in the gray, dismal room. And then he knew, alone in the dark, that night was his. He belonged to it.
Murray.
And it to him. And yet he knew not then of its importance, of what it in itself was. That, well, to speak plainly, it was in fact...
Murray.
He realized the truth of it all. Well, in fact,
Murray. Murray.
what?
Do we have any Diet Pepsi?
What?
Do we have Diet Pepsi? He says he wants some.
Oh,
So?
so what?
Do we have any?
Diet Pepsi?
Yeah.
No.